Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Sri Tips here. In my last video, I tried to add additional pure gold to the Karat scrap to get an alloy that was 75% pure gold and 25% silver and base metals. And in this video, we're going to do something a little different. I've got some 14K material here. That's 62.7 grams. I've got that recorded here. Put it in this melt dish. And then I've got some 10 karat scrap here. Add that. 51.5 grams. I've got that recorded right here. And we're going to go ahead and put this right into the melt dish as well. Some new viewers may be asking what all these numbers mean. This is the amount of 14K gold that I had. If you take 14 and divide it by 24, which is pure gold, you get 0.583 or 58.3% of the weight of this 14K gold should be pure gold in that 14K alloy. So I've calculated that we should be yielding about 36.5 grams of pure gold from 62.7 grams of 14K. Same thing with the 10K. If you take 10K divided by 24 equals 0.417 or 41.7% of the weight of our 10K should be pure gold. That would equal 21.4 grams of pure gold in this 51.5 grams of 10K gold. We're expecting a total yield here of 57.9 grams of 24K. So now what we'll do is we'll take this out and start processing it. We're going to use a little different process this time. Here we go. What we're going to do this time is put the Karat gold straight into an Aqua Regia. So what I'm going to do is measure out some hydrochloric acid in this tall beaker over here. Let's go with about 400 milliliters of hydrochloric acid. This is our Karat scrap. What I'm going to do is just burn it, burn any oils or grease off of here, just incinerate it until it quits smoking. Here we go. I've gotten it red hot now. We'll pour this Karat scrap right into this beaker. We have our hydrochloric acid. Here we go. What I would normally do when refining Karat gold is alloy additional sterling silver in there to create an alloy that's 25% pure gold and 75% silver and base metals. But what we're going to do is go straight to Aqua Regia. We're going to skip adding the additional silver. And the purpose of this experiment is to show some of the problems we can encounter when we try to dissolve Karat scrap directly in Aqua Regia. I'm going to pour this nitric in now. I have 400 milliliters of hydrochloric acid in there. And then what we'll do is put this up on the heat over here and just let this react. Got it on time lapse. This is one of the drawbacks of putting the Karat scrap directly in Aqua Regia. It puts everything in solution and makes a very dirty solution, so I can't see what's going on. Here I've added some additional hydrochloric acid and additional nitric acid. And grab this and see if we can get a shot of the bottom of the beaker, see what we got going on Down in here, I see some residue. I'm not sure what that is. Just go ahead and let this continue heating. 100 milliliters of nitric acid is way more than I need to dissolve that much gold. Here I'm going to evaporate it down until all the fumes are gone to drive off all the excess nitric. I've got it reduced down to about 200 milliliters. I think all the nitric acid has been driven off out of here. I'm going to pull this down now, set it over here, and let it cool off. I've got some cold distilled water. Now what we'll do is dilute our solution down with this water. Adding some ice to cool it down a little further. I'm adding some sulfuric acid to precipitate out any lead that may be present. Give this a stir and let it cool off and settle out a little bit. I'm going to reach in here and get a status test. There you can tell we've got gold in solution by that dark stain. Starting to settle out, but probably best to let this settle completely overnight until I got a clear solution up here. But we're going to go ahead and try to filter. Here we go. All right, I'm curious to get down to the bottom of this beaker and see exactly what we have in here. Looks just like a whole bunch of silver chloride in there. Looks like silver chloride. Got most of the liquid pulled through this filter now. So what we'll do is get the rest of these solids out of the beaker and down into our filter. I'm going to get the filter off of here and put it in this other flask. That's what's in the filter. There's some pieces of Karat gold in there still. I'm not going to hit it with more Aqua Regia and try to get all that out of there. I'm going to put this back out of the way and let this I'm going to rinse the filter back here. I don't want to rinse it down into our main solution because there's silver chloride in there. But there's still going to be a little bit of gold in this material up in this filter. So we'll rinse this out real good with some distilled water. I think we're just going to go for it here. Pour this solution into this beaker. Let's get a stannous test. Just verify that we have gold in this solution. Dark stain means gold in solution. Now we're going to add some SMB, precipitate the pure gold out of this solution. Here we go. Let me stir this up. And we'll reach in here and get another stannous test. Make sure we've got everything pulled out of this solution. And there you can see, negative stannous test. All the gold has been precipitated. I've allowed the gold to settle overnight, and there's some white residue that's come out of solution on the gold, probably excess SMB because it's cold ambient temperature. And before we process any further with this gold, what I want to do is get this funnel over here that's full of silver chloride. And what we're going to do is Harold V on the Gold Refining Forum taught me this. What I'm going to try to do, you can see there's pieces of Karat gold in here that did not dissolve. There's a piece right there. There's some more pieces in here amongst the residue in here. So I'm going to try to get this down into this melt dish. And then I've got the silver chloride from the previous video where we tried to add additional high pure gold to the Karat gold and to refine it. So we've got 2 filters full of silver chloride. We're going to show you how to get that out of there. I'm not exactly sure what the reaction is, but there's some sort of chemical reaction, has to do with the carbon in the sodium carbonate. And if you tried to melt the silver chloride by itself without the sodium carbonate, nothing would happen. Here's our little piece of metal that we rendered from that silver chloride. I got a beaker down here. What we're going to do is try to get some of this stuff off of here, chip it off. Maybe. Not really. Didn't work too well. So what we're going to do is try to get it off with some dilute sulfuric acid. We're going to add some distilled water. I'm going to put in a couple shots of sulfuric acid to create a dilute sulfuric acid bath. I'm already starting to see a reaction in here a little bit. And so now what we'll do is crank this heat up a little bit in here. Put it up on some heat and just let it cook. Okay, that seems to have cleaned it up nicely for us. There's our little silver button. Here's our little button of silver. It's going to have that Karat gold alloyed in there with it, and that's okay. What we'll do is just throw this in and use it to inquart our next batch of Karat scrap, and then we'll be able to get the gold out of here when we do that next batch. But for right now, what we're going to do is go ahead and pour off the waste solution out of this container right here. All right, look down in there, you can see, I don't know what that is. Some kind of solids have come out of solution and crystallized on our pure gold powder. I heated my water up in the microwave a little bit, and so now what we're going to do is try to get that stuff, see if we can get it to dissolve and get it rinsed off our pure gold. See, there's a difference in the way this is going as opposed to what we'd have if we were processing the gold that had been imported the silver first. It's a lot dirtier from that going Karat scrap directly into the Aqua Regia. Made a lot dirtier mess of things here. That stuff is, man. It's not dissolving with water, so this could be a problem here. That's what it looks like down in the beaker. I don't know what that stuff is. Now what we'll do is rinse it over and over with some hot distilled water and see if we can get this stuff in here to dissolve. Okay, I've been refining gold for about 14 years now. I've never ever encountered anything like this. I have no idea what that white material is. No idea what this material is. It's starting to turn color in there now. It was pure white earlier. Quite sure what to do. Here's an example of problems that we can encounter when we put the Karat gold straight into Aqua Regia. What I think I'll do is just put this right back into a melt dish. I'm going to melt that gold up just like it is and get us a gold button. I don't know what that material is, but I can tell there's going to be a lot of problems, so I'm just going to throw in the towel on this. Then I'll go ahead and melt this gold. No clue what this stuff is, man. No clue. Take it over here to the melt table. We're going to melt this into a button. This is a prime example of why I always choose to inquart the Karat gold with sterling silver first, or copper, and then pull everything back out with nitric acid boils. By doing that, it does an excellent job at cleaning the gold. Going straight to Aqua Regia with the Karat gold, there's a bunch of problems here. Number one is it puts everything in solution, so I cannot see what's going on inside of the beaker. Number two, we could encounter passivation. If there's a bunch of silver in there, I could get passive crust layer of silver chloride on the gold and shield it from the acids. And now we've got this problem here. Some weird precipitate came out of solution when I precipitated the pure gold. I have no idea what it is. I've never ever seen this before. And I'm quite sure that if we had inquarted with silver in the first place, and then pulled everything back out with those nitric acid boils like we always do, then when we go to refine the gold with Aqua Regia, it would have came out. All these problems would have been eliminated. So this is a classic prime example of why we use inquartation to refine our Karat scrap. Oh. Oh. What a mess.
Here's our gold button. My shop is full of thick, dense smoke. I don't know what that stuff was. We got our gold out of there.
Here's our button of gold that we just melted. And it's definitely not pure. We were expecting 57.9 grams. And we've got 59.3 grams. So we didn't lose any metal. But I got to tell you, that white stuff, I've been refining for 14 years. I've never seen that before. And to tell you the truth, I don't ever want to see it again. So what we'll probably do here is refine this gold in a part 2 video. I'm going to quart it with silver like we always do and go the normal route, pull everything back out with nitric, and then refine the gold with Aqua Regia. So this will conclude part 1 of the Karat scrap gold going straight into Aqua Regia. Thank you for watching.